It's a burning question, my friend Jackson. Penske and Marcus Ambrose are together this year with Dick Johnson Racing for 2015 in the V8 Supercars. The question is, though, how will they fare? I don't think even they know how they're going to fare. I think, though, that they're building to 16. That's when we judge DJR Team Penske. This year's a bit of a holding pattern year.
Yeah, I mean, they're smart enough to know they can't come in and dominate. I mean, Triple Eight didn't even do that. They're going to have to find their feet. And look, the biggest question marks over next year is they're in, DJR/FPR Fords. There's been a lot of talk that the Ford Aero package is poor and they're not competitive, this, that and the other. So it'd be a different story if they somehow ended up driving Triple Eight Commodores. I think our expectations would be a lot higher. But they're not. They're in those cars, and they'll be, doing their bit. We saw, Marcus did a great job in the last race last year at Sydney. Moved up to 15th or 16th, which was, a lot better than being deep in the 20s. And I think they'll get there eventually. There'll be glimpses of hope throughout the season, but
they're not race winners. They're not going to win races. If they jag one in 2015, it's probably going to be a surprise win, and that's no disrespect to Marcus or anyone involved in that program, but they have been really respectful the way that they've approached coming in here. They haven't come in as the IndyCar, NASCAR champions and winners of all those big races and said, what's this little V8 thing? They've come in with a great deal of planning, a great deal of method to how they've done it. Where they finish up in a championship position or how many races they might perform in, really, I think it's probably irrelevant this year. The fact that Ambrose is back in the championship, the fact that Roger Penske's involved, the fact that DJR has long-term viability now when it's been a bit edgy over the years, I think those are all three ticks, and whatever results he does or doesn't get this year is kind of regardless, really, because it's more geared to next year anyway.
Agree. I mean, there's nothing but winners in this situation. To have Penske here, I don't think Australians realise how big that is. No. To have Ambrose back, a lot of Australians realise that's pretty cool. And I think you're right. I mean, 2016, moving forward, they'll be talking to other manufacturers and working out what they're going to do. They've got links all around the place with all that sort of stuff. And if they don't win, this year, I think they'll definitely be looking to win in 2016. And then moving forward, they will be at some stage the Triple Eight of now.
So Marcus, you've now had the benefit of running around Sydney and the test days beforehand. How are you looking forward to 2015? You feel you're pretty well prepared?
Yeah, I'm as prepared as we can be. I mean, obviously, we're going to learn as a team together through the entire 2015 season. So, to get as ready for that as we could was good, to get through this Homebush event, to get that under my belt and just get reacclimatised with the series and the drivers and the cars and the formats. It's really important for me, and we'll go into Clipsal not so much worried about, can I turn left and right, more about, what do we need to be a better team.
Obviously, you came from, you left from the Project Blueprint era, and you're coming to the car of the future. What are some of the key differences you've found now that you've had the benefit of running the car under your belt?
Well, the speeds are very similar, and the balance and the feel is pretty similar. Some of the handling characteristics, with the way they can set them up, are a little different. Just the pitch control that you need and so forth is different to what I was used to. But I think they're great. I think the cars themselves are really robust and super reliable when they're worked on properly. And I'm excited by it. I think it's a good step for the series.
Obviously, Sydney was a new event for you, and 2015 calendar, there's Townsville's on the calendar. That wasn't here when you were here. So are there any particular events you're looking forward to 2015 more than others?
Yeah, I look at the calendar in 2015. I'm looking forward to going to all of them. They're all great tracks, and New Zealand's got a really great crowd there, and a lot of parochial fans going for the Kiwis. And then Tasmania's my home race, so that's always a fun one. Bathurst, Sandown's always a cracker. Phillip Island, one of the best tracks in the world. Just a lot of great venues we go to. There's a couple of new ones, obviously. Townsville, sticks out, and then some of the changes they've made at Pookie as well. I've just got to get dialed into, but I'm looking forward to all of them. And the only one maybe with a question mark would be Winton. It's a pretty small track back in 2005. I'm sure it's got no bigger.
Well, Jeff, this race team is a very historically well-known race team, but it's taking a big change next year. I mean, what can we expect from DJR Team Penske?
Well, I think hopefully the first thing that everyone will see is a new page, a fresh new look, hopefully improved performance, as well as just a brand new start, a new day, if you will.
There's a lot to look forward to, the Penske name coming in and also Marcus coming back to race in this category.
Absolutely. I think from our point of view, everyone's as excited as can be. I think that within the existing group and the facility, it's the anticipation's tremendous.
Everyone's anticipating it. Will we see the real Team Penske from Adelaide, or will it take a few races?
Well, I think that, as I've said before, we're under no illusions of the level of competition or the amount of work it's going to take. And I think that next year is going to be very much a learning year. I think that there's a lot that we need to understand within the organization, the infrastructure. How does that relate to the on-track performance? And it's there's an awful lot of work to do. We're certainly going to come out with our best foot forward, but that's not to say we don't underestimate what's already here.
The term, obviously, the name Penske brings a lot of tradition, but also a lot of performance, and right from the top, Roger expects that this will be a successful program.
Absolutely. I mean, the heritage, the expectations, all of that are very much at the forefront of what we want to accomplish. And I think it's safe to say that from the initial beginning through, as long as the program goes, that's going to be the mantra that drives us.
Each and every day on the Armour All Summer Grill, you've got the chance to win one of these, the Armour All Detailing Kit. All you have to do is to subscribe to speedcafe.com.
To find out if you've won, visit and like the speedcafe.com Facebook page.
So I'm sure you can see this dash, very low sheen. Now what you want to do with all protectants when you're using inside, don't squirt them all over the dash and end up with it all on the inside of your windscreen. Apply it to the rag first. A few squirts, just like that. Now when I rub that protectant on there, you'll see, once I rub it in, done. And you can see right there, low sheen.